Hello beautiful people, welcome to the channel. Reverend Debbie here, hope you're all doing well. All about Andrew Tate and the Tate brothers and their despicable, predatory behaviour, their grooming behaviour. Now, I've decided to do this video in response to the recent fresh allegations that have been put against them in Romania. That's where they currently live. They have, I think it's 4 properties in that area, and I don't know how many flash cars they've got, supercars, you know, Bugattis, Ferraris, Lamborghinis and so on. I think it was about 16, and a lot of those have been now taken by the police. Yay! Everything that the Tates preach is a cult. And it's a cult that is grooming young boys and men into becoming misogynists and treating women like dirt. It's caveman-esque. The Tates, it seems to me, want to take that approach to women, that women should be subservient, that they should be able to manipulate and control them however they like. Well, we are autonomous people. We are our own bodies and we can make our own choices and decisions. So I've researched this video in a lot of depth, and I will put the links to the various programs and videos that I have researched online in the description box below, so you can go and have a watch of them if you want to find out more of the details. I'm just skimming over the details at the moment, so this is just a brief look at the Tates, because if I didn't, I'd be here all day discussing this topic, and I know that viewers only like about 10 minutes, so I'm going to try and squash this into 10 minutes. Before I do, if you enjoy the video, please click the like button, please subscribe to the channel. I would love to do some Q&As with you all, and in order to do that, some live Q&As, and in order to do that, I need at least 1,000 subscribers to the channel. At the moment, I'm sitting on 469, so I would really appreciate any help that you can give me. Currently, I do not make any money out of YouTube at all. So anybody who thinks, oh, she's just doing this because she wants to make money off of the Tates, no, I don't make any money off of this. I am a feminist and I despise misogyny, and I fight against it every day and in every single way it occurs in our modern society. It shouldn't exist anymore. So these 2 men have created a grooming empire online, and they are influencing young boys and young men into believing that their way of life, the way they live, the way the Tates live, is the right way, and this is how it should be done. And I'd love to know your thoughts on this, if you've experienced any Tate speech, as it's known. I know some teachers have experienced it in their classes, so I'd love to know if you've experienced any of that and what your thoughts are on this as women and as men. I would be really interested, because I've had some people claiming, oh, he's a god, he's the Messiah, and he's not the Messiah, he's a very naughty boy. But he does want to be king of the world, according to him. So he is a self-proclaimed misogynist. He was born in the USA, in the state of Washington, I believe, and his father was a chess master who taught Tate to play chess. At Tate's age of 11, his father and mother broke up, and his mother moved herself and the 2 boys and a sister as well, I'm not going to mention her name, she has nothing to do with this as far as I can tell, to Luton in the United Kingdom, near London. And from what I can tell from my research, they lived in a very poor area, and anybody who has gone through an early, even at 11, divorce through their parents or abuse from their parents does tend to nurture in themselves that kind of behaviour. I'd love to know from the Tates, to be honest, if they believe their mother is the same as the women that they have groomed. Would be interesting to find out from them, because from what I see, they despise women. And I mean pure hatred of women. These are not men, they are predators. And they groom these women into being part of their webcam empire, which I'm going to get into in a little bit later. So they grew up in Luton, and from the reading and the evidence that I've looked at, they started early on with being abusive towards women, specifically enjoying women who are underage. Despicable. Despicable. Paedophiles. As far as I'm concerned, they should be in prison. Put them in prison with Ian Watkins and from the Lost Prophets. And he was shivved the other day, by the way, which I think is fantastic news, because he was put into general population. And as you know, predators like that are normally kept separate to the normal population of the prison. But he was shivved with a sharpened toilet brush. I mean, what an implement to be shivved with. Ha ha ha. Sorry, I can't help myself. I detest men who abuse women and children. So Tate is a self-proclaimed misogynist, and he grew up in Luton, just outside of London. He and his brother became kickboxers. Tate is renowned for having won several titles. He then went on to appear in Big Brother, where he was actually kicked out due to a video that emerged online of him slapping with a belt a woman on her behind. However, they both claimed that it was consensual. Fair enough. I have no problem if it's consensual. But the fact that it emerged online sort of put the TV station off and said, no, we don't want this on our channel. And he'd already gone on there and said he was going to win and he was going to manipulate everybody. So that's the kind of person that he is. He's a manipulator. He is a misogynist through and through. A total and complete misogynist. He claims that some of the things he says are jokes, and he means it in a joking way. Well, I've seen these so-called jokes that he makes, and they're not funny, and he doesn't laugh either. So I don't take it as a joke. I take it as them revealing their true character. After his stint in Big Brother, he decided he wanted to make a lot of money. How could he do it? Well, he set up a webcam business where he would employ women, young women. One of them, he claims, was his girlfriend. And at this time, she was 21 and he'd been with her for 6 years. That makes her 15. That is grape. That is underage grape. His audience, as I say, are young boys and young men who idolize him. They worship him. They think he's a god. Tate himself probably thinks he's a god. He's currently being held under house arrest in his property in Romania, where he is wanted. These fresh allegations that emerged were wanted for sex trafficking and trafficking of minors, as well as underage rape of a minor or several minors. That's not quite clear at the moment. So this woman, who was 15 at the age that he met her, she was the first one that he groomed into this webcam business. By all accounts, she is beautiful. And she claims to love him. And I know from my own experience and from my reading and my studying of psychology, of which I focus on the dark triad. Narcissism is part of the dark triad. That she was love bombed, they call it lover boy as well, and is trauma bonded to this man. I doubt that she will ever get away from him. I feel that she's been so traumatized that this is her way of life now. Now, we know that there are probably other things involved in this besides alcohol, and one of the girls that I saw that was interviewed claimed that she was inebriated one evening after her first time of doing this webcam business. So what this is, for those of you who don't know, they lay on a bed typing to, you know, pervy old men, things that they want to do to them, things that the old men would like to do to them, and so on and so on. So it's a bit of soft porn, you could say. And what Tate did was he claims that women have no idea about business. So what he did was gave them a fake keyboard and he did the typing until they understood what they were supposed to do. He was grooming them. This is grooming. They didn't do this by choice. They were lured in by the prospect of making lots of money in an easy way. These girls were probably abused in life as well. I don't know. I don't have any evidence of that. These are my own thoughts and opinions. And he's been charged with human trafficking and rape with minors before. In fact, the case that is currently happening in Romania, and the reason they moved to Romania is because the age of consent in Romania is lower than in most other countries around the world. How disgusting is that? Tate has said that he enjoys young girls. He has said that in one video that is in one of the videos linked below. He slipped up, made a little Freudian slip and said he sleeps with girls of 16. He corrected himself, but we all know what he meant. And again, I ask you, would he allow his mother to be in this situation, working in this influencer industry? Would he want to see his mother like that? How does he treat his mother? Because I've got a feeling that he wouldn't want to see his mother in this situation, but he wants to see all other women in this situation. Now, as I've said, that these are allegations. When he's finished in Romania, they are going to extradite him back to the United Kingdom to face charges here. And in all honesty, I hope they lock him up and throw the key away, because he is a vile, disgusting, sick predator. Like I say, he's not a human being. He is a predator. Now, something that he does, which I noticed, and it's actually a yogic mudra, it's called the Uttara Body mudra, Uttara Body mudra, sorry. And it's creating a little church and steeple, and then the two thumbs go together, creating this sort of feminine shape. And he holds it like this, and he teaches these young boys online that he has this school that he teaches, that they pay money for, through his videos on TikTok, on Telegram, he's even been admitted back to Twitter. And I'm not calling it Mr. Musk, because it's Twitter and it will always be Twitter. So he uses this mudra a lot, and it's a very powerful mudra. It allows us to connect to our higher self, to the higher being of who we are. And he teaches his, as I say, his students this mudra as well. Sorry, I've made a lot of notes, and I got told the other day, oh, you're reading from notes. Yes, because I don't want to make any mistakes, and I can't afford a teleprompter. So if I have more subscribers, one day I'll be able to afford a teleprompter. I struggle to see with my glasses, so, you know, notes in front of me, it makes me, you know, it helps me not to make mistakes. He claims that he gets bored easily. He may well be on the spectrum at some level. The way he speaks very quickly. He's very brash, very straightforward, swears, and he's basically what I would call the worst kind of human being. There are numerous women who claim they have been essayed by him. One saying that he tried to strangle her and she passed out. When she came to again, he was still essaying her. No respect for consent, no respect for boundaries. He claims that these women are his property and that, and these are his words, you should fuck your women. Fuck your webcam girls, because then they will always respect you. Well, I don't know if any of you have seen it, there's a photo going around online of Andrew in a pair of budgie smugglers, but there's no budgie to be seen. So Littlefinger probably feels that he has to do this due to Littlefinger syndrome. So he started this webcam business and called himself a pimp, and that's what he is. Now, prostitution is the oldest business in the world. And why do women go into that field of employment? Because they have no money, because they've been treated badly in their lives. The vast majority of them have been treated badly by men, and it's the only way that they can make a living. And they are treated like dirt by men. So he also was training one of the women, and she got quite drunk during this training session, which was live. And they were in a Hilton hotel, I think in London somewhere, and there were 2 king-size beds in the room, and he said, one of you bitches has to come and sleep with me. So this new girl did, wanting to go to sleep, and he essayed her. And again, this is another person that he was strangling. Had his hands around her throat. Was there consent? No. This person says there was no consent for this. She nearly died. She almost died. Now, again, strangulation in sex is a thing. And between 2 consenting people, it's fine. But if the person doesn't consent or has been groomed into doing that, then it's wrong. He claims that he lives the life that most men want to live. And actually, in one video, he is told that it looks like he's in the bedroom of a 15-year-old girl, and he says he would quite like that. Fathers, think of your daughters and what this type of person is doing. What scares me the most out of all of this is the young boys and men who have bought his course, who think that they can be Andrew Tate, the way that they are being taught to treat women, to behave amongst themselves. It is disgusting. There are children in schools here in the UK who have threatened their teachers that they will go full Andrew Tate on them. Full Andrew Tate. Grab them by the throat, slap them through the face and tell them to shut up, bitch. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be treated like that. I am worth far, far more than that. And so are the women that currently work for him. And I feel sorry for his girlfriend. I hope one day that she is able to heal. I've seen videos on TikTok. I've seen videos on, even on Facebook, on private groups. There's videos on Twitter. As I say, I don't subscribe to Telegram and I don't subscribe to OnlyFans. And I've had comments on some of my videos on TikTok, because I do upload some videos on TikTok, you know, why do women sell sex and then don't want to, you know, be with men? And they're talking obviously about OnlyFans and perhaps other porn. You know, if a woman chooses to do that of her own accord, that's fine. If she's being groomed, that's bad. But teaching these young boys and men that women charge for sex, and then when they try to pick up a woman or a girl, they're told, no, go away. They become abusive and aggressive, believing that they have every right to this woman or girl. This is the incel culture, involuntary celibates. They have no clue how to be around a woman, and because of visual and internet information out there, they believe that they have every right to any woman anywhere in the world. So mothers, protect your daughters. I know we shouldn't have to warn them anymore that how men can be. We should be able to walk outside. We should be able, without being threatened, without being afraid of being threatened. We should be able to go out to a nightclub and not have to cover our drink with our hand because somebody might spike our drink. Protect your daughters. They're not cattle. And Andrew Tate calls them cash cows. Women deserve to be treated with respect, with love, with emotion, with caring, not with hate, not with grooming. Those are things that men crave. Not all men, I will say not all men, but a lot of men crave that. They want to do this harm to women. And it's evident when you look at the sheer amount of cases of murder, femicide that has occurred by husbands or boyfriends. I watch a lot of the true crime stuff, and do yourself a favour, go watch it. Fathers, teach your sons to respect women, that grape and misogyny and paedophilia are crimes. Teach your sons that they are not property. Now, some comments that Tate has said, these are his words, not mine. I live the life most men want to live, basically having all these flash cars and money and women and access to illegal substances. As I already said, grab her by the throat and slap her around the face. He also claimed you have to the girls. It's the predatory nature of that grooming nature of this is now going to be your reward. He actually takes all the money for himself and gives them about £1,000 a month as their salary. Why don't they just set up their own webcams? You know, then they'll get all the money rather than it going to their pimp. He claims you cannot have a professional business relationship with a female. He claims that they want that shit. He claims that we help women make money. You know what? I've made my own money my entire life. I'm 55. I don't need a man to help me at all. And then he claims he has no need to grape anybody. But my question is, does he enjoy it? This is a bit longer than I had hoped for the video, but I hope you got through to the end. If you did, please click the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. I'd love your thoughts and comments below. Please keep them respectful. Let's have no swearing. Let's have no finger pointing. And I hope to see you next time. Blessed be.